You're tuned in to EastSide Certified. DJ MH to the brand new banger. Exclusive hot. Bury those cockroaches.
I ride the beat, I ride the beat, I ride the beat, and I ride it well. I ride the beat, I ride the beat, I ride the beat, and I ride it well. I ride the beat, I ride the beat, I ride the beat, and I ride.
Welcome back to EastSide Certified. DJ MH Tiller in the building. I'm here with a special guest, man. I've met this guy probably about 500 different times, but one that I remember exclusively, we was at Carla G's listening party at Baseline, I believe was the first time I met him. He was fresh off the road coming from Memphis with the homie DJ Sluggo, who was also in the building. What up, Sluggo? Blok Club DJ. Then we started working together, a lot of events, especially at Tavern on the Grange. We both resident DJs at Tavern on the Grange, and this dude, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna give y'all a secret that I ain't never even told him. When I be hearing him downstairs at Tavern, sometimes I peek in like, Lord, he done made my night real hard. So I gotta go upstairs and do my thing, like, okay, let's go. And not only that, but he been doing his thing. He just put out a new record, and he's here on EastSide Certified. DJ Phats is here. What up, broski?
What up, bro? Cool. It's a pleasure, man. I never knew that you was down there listening. You know what I'm saying? From the top of the stairs.
Right, got to. So how do you get into DJing?
Man, you know what's crazy is my older brother come from a somewhat musical family.
Okay.
My older brother, both of my brothers in the military. My oldest brother played bass. My middle-aged brother, he was always a DJ.
Okay.
Of course, me being a toddler, you know, I couldn't really. I just got to watch.
Right.
It wasn't until my senior year. No, not senior year. Maybe sophomore year in high school. So we talking 94. One of my good buddies wanted to get into production.
Okay.
And he was out in school at Langston, and he made a phone call like, man, we should make records. And I'm like, what? I'm in the streets sitting in school, like, what? Where this come from?
Right.
We started the production, and he was like, yeah, you gonna call yourself Fat Man, because everybody called me Fat Man.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, DJ Fat Man. So I said, okay. So we learned how to do production, but neither one of us knew how to DJ. We had DJ in front of our name.
Right.
It's like, this not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work. And he went out and got some turntables, and we started learning on our own.
Word.
But come up listening to like the Sluggos, the Dion's, the Milton, the Paul Johnson, being around Pink House, things like that. So when you listening to people who are known for DJing, you got to step your game up.
Absolutely.
So it was like, I think this is what a win's supposed to be like. So my brother put his input in, and from there it was like, no, this got to sound better than this. These guys sound good. Right? So you just have to, you know, really just buckle down. Yeah. And I had to buckle down, and I was already in the band, so I understood counts and reading notes and know how to read sheet music.
Okay.
So that kind of helped. Then after that, I teamed up with Slug, became like my big brother, my mentor. My mother loved him. You know what I'm saying? So he would lock me in the crib.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, here goes a couple of records. Work it out. You know what I'm saying? And he gone in the street. So I'm in the middle of nowhere. No car, no nothing.
Got to figure it out.
You got to figure it out.
Wow.
And that's how I started.
So wait, you said you played you was in a band. What instrument you playing?
I started off on trumpet, and then percussion.
Oh, dope.
Yeah,
okay.
Percussion.
Okay.
From jazz band, marching band, orchestra band, the whole shebang. Yes,
you still play every now and then?
Yeah, every now and then.
That's dope.
It don't leave you. It don't leave
facts.
you at all.
Yeah. So let me do my math. I wasn't that good at math. You got like 20 plus years in DJing?
Yeah.
See, I'm okay in math. I ain't that bad. I can count money.
You ain't bad. You ain't bad at all, man.
So
20 plus.
When did the production start taking off for you?
'96. We wanted to learn how to do ghetto house music.
Okay.
Dion, Sluggo, Milton, Funk, even Gant. Gantman was in our neighborhood. And
Pardon me, you from out west?
out south.
Oh, out south, okay.
Out south, definitely out south. I went to school on the low end, so
Got you.
all I knew was hanging in the low end.
I don't know why I thought Gantman. Is Gantman from out west?
No, he from outside.
I don't know why I thought he was from the
South
west
Shore.
side. I'm from South Shore.
Oh,
My
Jeffrey.
bad, Gantman. That's my neighborhood. I'm out of control.
Oh, Jeffrey, man. So like, I wanted to.
I'm sorry again. He from over east. Then you
Over
gotta
east,
say it.
yeah, southeast, over east, yeah. Murder Town, Terror Town. We can go into all the names of the lands of the gang infractions. You know, we stick with South Shore.
Right.
So I got into '96. We was putting out records, and no, we wasn't even putting out records. We just making tracks.
Okay.
And my man Skip, DJ Skip, he go by, known as Shannon. He like, yeah, man, we need to get on this label. And I'm like, what label? What are you talking about? I had no clue. So showed me some of the records like we had, and they had who distributed the records, which was Ray Barney from Dance Mania Records, legendary Dance Mania Records. And I still didn't get it. I didn't catch it. I didn't understand it. And I'm like, all right, cool. So he tried with a couple of people, and it was a no-go. Then one Saturday, he like, man, we done did the record. We finna go up here ourselves and meet Ray. And I'm like, who is this guy, Ray? And from there, the first record came out. His record came out, and then my record came out. So his record came out. I was a junior. My record came out. I was coming out of high school. And it was cool. And like, I was doing like,
Wait
just
a minute. You released a record
while in high school.
while in high school?
Yeah.
That had to be the ultimate feeling, the most. Describe that.
It was, you know what? It was different. It was like, yeah.
You became a legend instantly.
I didn't seem that way though, bro.
Okay.
You gotta understand, you're dealing with people like Dion, Sluggo,
Phats.
Milton, all these big name DJs, Paul Johnson, rest in peace. And like, it was like, okay, the record out, we felt good, but it was like, how do you get that signature stamp?
Yeah.
Because we didn't know these guys. Like, we literally did not know. Only person we knew was Gang. That was it. And he was younger than us. You know what I'm saying? So.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Gang was younger than us.
Keep going. I'm learning a lot right now.
So it was like, you know, we'd go up to the rink with him, and like, but it wasn't like I was running across the low end DJs and all these other DJs. So it was like, we just had to make it work. And Gant would play our record. You know, I can remember when we made the records, we sat down, we went over to Paul Johnson house. And this was like one of the big letdowns, it felt like. He was like, I don't like none of that.
Wow.
Ghetto house. And I was like, that's cool. I don't like soulful house. There's other house stuff you make. I like some of it. I don't like all of it. You know what I'm saying? But I won't say it was a letdown, but it was like everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
And from there, you know, it was just gun-ho. And I can't remember what club me and Skip was at, but Dion gave us, that was probably the first person we ran across, gave us love on doing the record. And from there, it was like, yeah, we doing more than. And that's when it hit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's when things started to kind of make sense. And meeting Sluggo, that is, I call him Slug. Meeting other DJs and other producers such as Thaz and Clint and DJ Chip and Poncho and so on and so on.
Word.
Dance Mania family.
Word. So 94, you said you got into DJing.
Yeah.
So when did you start realizing, when did you start getting it and start realizing that, you know, I could really do this and I want to start making this a profession?
When my brother gave me his first, gave me my first set of 12s.
Okay.
So we are talking maybe That's maybe 90, end of 96 going into 97.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I knew I had to buy needles.
Word.
Yeah, that's when it. But you know what? It's still, if I look back to then and now,
Mm-hmm.
I still think I was trash.
Why? Why so?
It's so much to DJing. It's a lot of aspects. So like,
Indeed. Talk about it.
I did an internship in New York. So from there, I leave school, graduate. I go to Columbia. I turn down all my scholarships for black universities. I had marching band scholarship, musical scholarship. So I turned them down to go to Columbia.
Okay.
One is, if I follow everybody I know, I'm probably gonna be on a 5 or 6 year plan to drop out.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first thing. But I got a chance to work in the industry several ways. And I've been around Sluggo probably the longest.
Okay.
From doing, from the Seawall days of Creators Way to my internship at 106 Jams, V103 under Jay Allen. And like, we couldn't even, GCI turned me down, turned both of us down, me and Skip. Like, we moved in pairs.
Okay.
But I didn't really understand DJing all the way and the different styles until I went to New York and did an internship there for a year, for a summer, and then the following summer.
You did it at a radio station?
No,
or
I did it
label?
under Daddy-O.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Daddy-O.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you know, I got to be
Wow.
with like Mary J. Blige and the whole Bad Boy camp and things like that. And he would take me to these underground clubs. And it's funny, it kind of looked like, that's why I was looking around in here, because this is what type of stuff we would walk into. Like, this a whole club?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they had scratch DJs. Like, you had your battle DJs. And it wasn't what I was seeing at home.
Okay.
And I'm like, man, I don't think I'm ready for this. Like, my first encounter of somebody scratching was a dude turning around about 12 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
still,
that's different.
and still keeping the club going. I'm like, so that's why I say when I look from then to now, and then I had to learn that when you go different places, the markets are different. So it requires different things.
Right.
Like, we known for blending. If you can hold the blend,
You
it's gonna
good.
be nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I would go other places and ain't no blend. I ain't heard nobody. I done heard several scratches.
Right.
I done heard some slams. That's some nice ones.
Uh-huh.
You know, and I had to learn. But I can say, like, Sluggo is probably the only one who made sure, you know, after I told him, like, I gotta be better. And he was the only one who was really invested.
Okay.
When it came to, outside of my brother, you know, that was here, that I could touch out, reach out to, roll with, and learn how this music game went when it came to Ghetto House and just DJing and put it together, man.
So, how did it take off once you came back home?
I put out my second album, which was cool. That was cool. Like, so our version of Ghetto House was I like doing like parodies. I was infatuated with like Weird Al Yankovic.
Okay.
You know how he do like the beat it, just eat it type.
Yeah.
So I wanted to take things like the ghetto records or take whatever rap was out and change the lyrics.
Okay.
And I was like, this cool, I like this. And I liked it, bro. Like, I got to learn a lot. And being around, just being around the industry.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I can say, probably one person that put me under their wings is this dude to the left of me that owed me lunch tonight, whether he knew it or not. Even on the production side, you know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from him. You know, we got better. When I bought that equipment, we bought the bare minimum. We didn't have our 2 albums. 3 albums we put out. We didn't have all of the MPC 3000 and all that. We bought like DR 660 and whatever sampler we needed.
Yeah.
You know, he gave me a list. I got it. He came home. I was like, hope this it. He like, we need a 4-track. All right, I'll be right back.
Right.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? And we did the best we could. But when you get introduced to like MPCs, the 3000, the 2000, you know, just like with the DJing, he'll leave me in the crib. He'll leave the same thing with the music. Probably the only person or the first person that I've known to lock yourself in the house all day. Like Kanye say, lock yourself in the house for 3 long summers. It'll be 3 long months.
Man.
Hey, so I got better. And I appreciated music and I understood it. It was just different. DJing and, you know, playing music live, it's a difference. It's a huge difference.
Absolutely.
But when you can put them together, and I think that's where it worked. That's where it worked out.
So how has technology been since, because of course when you started it was different, right? Did you start on vinyl?
Yeah.
You started on vinyl, right? I started on CDs. When I started, it was like CDs was the thing, so it was a lot easier for me with CDJs, right? Mm-hmm. So going from actual vinyl to now with the MP3s and the controllers, like how has that transition been?
Man, let me tell you, man. I walked away from this industry. Mm-hmm. We'll just say life circumstances.
Okay.
I walked away. Nobody did me wrong. My brother didn't even do me wrong. I just stopped. I kept in touch with him, but the music side I wasn't doing. Mm-hmm. I was more running around with outside of just life with the Rough Riders, and we talking not just the bike club, but the label.
Okay.
And I made very strong connections, and I was just gone away from the DJing and production, but it never left me. So I always used to be like, man, I want to get back into it. I want to get back into it. And when I came back, bro, I understand when people are gone for like 30 years in jail, and you come back out and you like, man, I got you a phone, something to eat, some money, FaceTime me. What's that?
Right.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Serato, what's that?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all talking VSTs, what's that?
Yeah.
Y'all talking dolls, what's that? I have no a controller, what, a game controller?
Right.
like what's that? I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly didn't know.
The language changed quick.
And I just reached out to everybody that I knew cared about me. You know what I'm saying? And Sluggo happened to be, of course, he's one of them. And Skip. And, you know, they say it's easy, but, you know, y'all transitioned with the change.
Yeah.
I walked away. I never transitioned with the change. So what you saying easy, in my mind, like, this Chinese math.
Right.
1,000%. Like, didn't understand it. So my oldest brother in Atlanta threw a family reunion, and he pulled a slick one. He said, hey, watch this real quick, which was the controller and the laptop and Serato. He like, yeah, and when the next record, just, you know what I'm saying, you press this. And I said, okay. He left. Went to pick up some food. He gone. Hour and a half. I got to figure this out.
And you got to DJ the family reunion.
I got to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
And when the record went off, everybody did this.
What you doing? Yeah.
I'm like, okay, all right. And then after that, man, my brother sent me back home with a controller, the Pioneer DDJ SR.
Yep.
He put me on the plane with it, like, I'll see you back soon. And I'm like, wow. And from there, man, it was just trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? What's these wavelengths? I still didn't know. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to act like I knew.
Of course.
Like, I had no clue.
Yeah.
You know. Then I needed music. You know, I reached out to a couple. Some people didn't want to get that music up. And I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my brother did. You know what I'm saying? It came with his own little bearing of cross. But he gave it to me. I got it. And, I just kept doing it. And I know at some point he probably got tired of me calling like, I think I got it. I think I'm ready. So it got to a point I just got quiet and just kept working on the craft. So I know what it needs to sound like. I just got to figure it out.
Yeah.
And once that happened, I said, okay, now I got enough I can kind of escape.
Word.
You know, I can kind of make it through. I won't be horrible. I won't be the greatest, but I definitely won't be trash.
Right.
I don't want nobody to say, we should have got that other guy.
Right.
That's what I didn't want.
Yeah.
So I just kept working on my craft, and everybody who was behind me told me to just do the same thing, and that's what I did over and over and over. And then this Blok Club came up.
That was my next question. How did you get involved in Blok Club DJs? It's obvious, but we gotta ask.
It's obvious to some, but it's still like I didn't want to be put in because that's my big brother. Mm-hmm. I want to be put in because
you earned it. Yeah,
I can earn it, or I can tread in the water. And one thing I can say about this dude here, man, he'll give to you whether you want to hear it or not, man. At any given point, I don't care. We could be sitting in front of, you know what I'm saying, a priest. He don't care. You know what I'm saying? But I know it come from a good place. You know, so he put me in, and I got to meet other DJs and see, and everybody had amazing talents. But it still just made me step my game up and keep going, and keep going. And then that's when things started to really, really hit. And we did, what was that, the Bunker Slug? We did, like, when the pandemic hit, we did this virtual reality type virtual world similar to this, but green screen. And this dude got way too many followers, and everybody and their mama on there. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to do it here. So during the pandemic, they shot a scene at my crib because of my basement. Mm-hmm. And then I went over in the corner and I was DJing. He like, why you don't never stick your hand up? You know what I'm saying? To say you a DJ. Like, I felt I wasn't ready yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm still, I can hold the beat. And I didn't advance from that, but I just feel I need just wait and finish polishing up some things. And of course, he took some video and P1 took some video. And at that point, it was like, I'm in it. They done threw me in the water. So yeah, let's get it.
Yeah. So now you here. You just dropped a new record.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that record. What made you? What made you decide it's time to get back into doing the records and
production?
Yeah.
It's like DJing. It never left me. Just having multiple conversations with those around me in my circle that really care and know where I come from. Getting back into it and just doing it. Plus, all of the time that I've been gone, right? So we're looking at 20 plus years. And somebody sent me a record, tagged me in my record, which is a fan. And I looked at it, and he was like, man, if you got another copy of it, I'd love to get it because they trying to stick me up. So I'm like, what the prices of my record be? Right. You know, we talking 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Man, it's like $29, $60, $70, $100. I'm like, what? I'm back.
Right.
Yeah.
Word.
And then in the interim of that, I've been gone so long, a lot of production DJs off of Dance Mania, the ghetto house scene wasn't there, or the juke wasn't there. Like, they've been making records, but they haven't been consistent. Mm-hmm. You know, when I was young, the ghetto house scene was
a new joint every month.
Every
couple weeks, honestly, somebody
mixtapes, everything.
It was like you said, whether it was Milton or Dion or Sluggo, it was somebody had a new.
And it seemed like it looked like it kind of froze. It slowed down. Then it's the juke era, but I'm hearing more footwork. Yeah. And I'm like, so what happened to it? Mm-hmm. And you got the Dions and the Slugs. They still working. But what happened to everybody else? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's what made us special. Like, we were all young. We didn't know what we were getting into. We had an idea, but we didn't know what our future hold with it. Yeah. So it was like, man, I want to make something. So, my big brother over here, I was looking at equipment. I had tried out like Fruity Loops, and Skip gave me Reasons, and I tried Ableton and all these other, and I'm like, man, this ain't for me, bro. Like, I think I ain't gonna make no records. I don't think it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? I get this program, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I'll make a beat on a keyboard. I'm like, no, this ain't it. This ain't it. And we talking about equipment, and this knucklehead tells my wife about the equipment, and they surprised me with it. My wife surprised me with the MPC Live 2. And then it was at that point, it was like, you know what I'm
You
saying?
don't got a choice.
She invested in me, you know what I'm saying, 2 times. Even more, but I got to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, one thing about, he a manual guy. I'm not a manual guy. I'm straight hands-on. Let's get it.
So wait, you're not gonna pick up the manual?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
To
I'm
see
not.
What
Don't side with this dude, man. This would never leave. No, I'm not. I'm the guy that's gonna get it. We gonna play with it.
I feel you
and
gotta play
figure
with
out.
it, but
We gonna
you need to figure out what you playing with.
No, because you know what everybody else was telling? Oh, YouTube University, YouTube, just YouTube. So I'm with it. That seems like that's what everybody's saying. YouTube.
I get that too, but you
Still
gotta
did.
know what the buttons do,
No,
right? Like,
YouTube.
okay,
Yeah, that's how I went. That's how I went with it, right?
we cool.
Bad decision. That was the worst advice people gave me was go to YouTube. I'm like, okay.
Cause they gave you 100 videos doing the same thing,
Doing
and
the
none of
same
them made
thing. Nobody
sense.
said what the button did.
Right.
And that was it. So I kept making, the beats were better. I wasn't happy with them, but they were better. And I was like, okay, I'm coming. So I get a call from, every time I get happy with a beat, I got a guy saying, you ain't making no beats though. Every 3 days? Every week? He always said, you ain't making no beats, you ain't got no tracks. I said, oh, okay.
Oh, he's just saying like
Yeah,
I hear
'cause
it
that's-
sound better, but
Yeah,
Gotcha.
ain't nothing out here yet.
Uh-huh.
So I said, okay. And with us, it's always been, like throughout Sluggo tutelage to me, and people that have been around them, has always been that competition, but it's friendly competition. And sometimes that's what
Oh,
drives.
I received it. I know.
Yeah. And it's what drives you, and it's what drives
Absolutely.
me. He definitely know what drives me. And man, I sat down, bro, and I stopped calling at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I sit in his studio sessions like, okay, cool. And I hear something I think I may want to go play with, and I just keep quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But when I cooked up this crack, I felt it.
Yeah.
And he like, no, I don't want to hear it over the phone. You gonna hear it over the phone, bro. That's the only way you gonna hear it right now. You know. And I just went to work, bro, and learning like to do a label and all that. Like that's the other stuff, but the making the music. Once I felt it and I was comfortable, it was nice. So now it's to a point. Do I drop a single, or do I do an EP? Do I do an album? I got my mind racing 1,001 ways.
For sure.
But I said, let me go ahead and just put out this one. Let's see what it do.
And it's been well received, correct?
Yeah.
Has been going.
It's nice. Like one is I had to decide if I wanted to sell it or give it away to DJs first. And that was y'all got, it's so much stuff out here like Bandcamp and YouTube channels, and you trying to figure this out, and I'm like, I'm gonna take it back to what I knew about DJing, and that's giving it to the DJs. That's what circulates the music. Nobody really does that anymore. Doesn't happen. It doesn't
not
really,
too many people here does that.
Yeah,
anymore.
here. Yeah, at home.
Yeah.
And I worked for a big time A&R before I left, walked away from DJing and the music industry. And I learned a lot. And like I said, hey, I'm just gonna use these old tactics, and we'll see where it goes from there. And it was wonderful, you know what I'm saying? And I finally got his stamp of approval. I ain't need it though. I'm hard headed. I'm going.
Right.
I'm going. But it was nice to know that the record was nice, you know, from label mates, just even from listening to it. Yeah, I knew it could stand its own.
It's dope. You got
Thanks.
one.
Thanks.
So what's next?
Well, what's next is I guess you'll hear about it first, because the only people who know is the people.
EastSide Certified exclusive. Let's go.
Yeah, it's the EastSide it's certified exclusive, definitely, because I turned around and did a remix album.
Okay.
And my good label mates and brothers and family, and some that and one person that's not a label, has not been on Dance Mania. So the Juke Shawty actually will have a remix by DJ Sluggo, DJ Dion, DJ Gantman, as he called it, the OG Juke remix. DJ Skip joined me on this one with Zonum to give it a different feel. I won't tell.
Mm-hmm.
I won't give it away.
You almost did. I almost did. I caught it.
And my man C Dot.
Okay.
I call him he a sleeper DJ, producer. Yeah. He's always been good, just never got a chance to get on the label when we was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So he's still doing production, and I sent it to him, and he did what he needed to do with it.
Dope.
And so that'll be dropping by the end of this month with another cartoon video.
Hey, you snap with the video too.
I just wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
Man. Do something different. Bring the ghetto house and the juke back, and make people understand those who have come before me,
mm-hmm.
and inspired me. You know, like the juke movement right now is nice. It's nice, but you know, you got these guys who put it in place. These low end brothers and everybody else who's on Dance Mania who put it in place.
Facts. We're gonna get Sluggo in here so we could talk about this, but I'm gonna ask you, what do you think happened between, I want to say 2000 and maybe 2008ish, 10ish maybe, with the juke scene, because it almost disappeared, right? Like, and what's your take on that? What you think happened?
Me as a consumer?
Yes, and as a fan like myself.
As a consumer, as a fan, I would say it just seemed like it stopped, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like it stopped. The only thing that I had relevant outside of like, it wasn't coming out as much. You know, from the time that I left, I didn't hear it coming out as much. You know, I didn't hear nobody talking about, you got this mixtape or you got this CD, as much as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt it was dying, bro. And I know I reached out to Slug a couple of times, and then he did the Juke DVD, and I ain't seen nobody do nothing like that since.
Word.
And he was walking around with a camera looking like Maury Povich in these streets. And I'd just be riding on my motorcycle and pull up on him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what happened, man. I think because sometimes I feel bad because I did step away and not really able to figure out what really caused it, like it, as if it was dying. And next thing I know, everybody doing footwork, which is cool.
Yeah.
You know, because it stems from still ghetto house.
You think that Watch My Feet had played a part in that?
It could have.
That's a Sluggo question.
That's probably a Slug question. Yeah, it probably. The Watch My Feet was. It was okay. Maybe people felt that was their meal ticket.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And look at all my work and just, stop. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I only can tell really my truth. I just walked away away from something that I enjoyed. I had a great time, and I was around some pretty good guys.
Why you walk away?
Just life, man. Like I was in relationships that didn't want no part of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
that's some real honesty.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was that type of thing. Like, it's too much.
Can't handle that.
Too much boobs and ass all around this. No.
Yeah.
That studio, like, no. So I just focused on my career.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I won't say I regretted it because I've done a lot of great things. I've been a lot of great places. But now, like when you say you heard me downstairs DJing, like that is the passion coming out from just 20 years of build up, bro. Like,
yeah,
just 20 years of build up and playing with records.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I've learned about a magician, they could be horrible. As long as the trick worked, they could be the most horriblest magician.
Yeah.
It was meant to capture your attention as a client, and that's it, bro.
Facts.
That's it. That's all we do. And sometimes us as DJs and producers, we forget we're too busy. I'm too busy competing with you. When we really shouldn't be competing. We just here to entertain the clients. That's who pay us. You didn't pay me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You come stand on the side of me. You didn't pay me. You know what I'm saying? You critique me. I don't stand on the side of you. Critique you. I didn't pay you. You didn't pay me.
But I'm not critiquing you because I learned this, right? I am a fan of DJs, right?
Me too.
So I try to not listen with a ear. My competitiveness is oh, I can't be the slouch tonight because he just killed it. So I want to make sure I can keep up or do just as or better. To be honest with you, but not to say, oh, he messed up right there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's gonna happen. Everybody mess up in every profession,
for sure.
Bro. I'll tell you one of my MH to the moments. I'm like, who was upstairs? I'm downstairs wrapping up. I'm like, who's upstairs? Like, man, he jamming. You know, down before in Tavern, you could watch. I could watch you upstairs while I'm wrapping up.
Yeah.
They cut that off. Caught you up there again. I'm like, I'm gonna catch his set. We ended this 10:45. I'm going upstairs. He going at 11. I want to check him out. So I'm like, okay. And it was the Chubb Rock when you played Chubb Rock record.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's How You Do Poison. And I'm like, I like that shit. I like my man's style. Like, I really
appreciate that.
So I like things that's different. I like people that's different. And I like DJs who not scared to step out the box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I spin like you or him or anybody else all the time, then I'm stagnant or I'm not trying to get better.
Indeed.
I don't want to steal your style. I just want to take a couple of your tools and see how I can make it work for me. It may not work for me. Mm-hmm. But man, I was just like, man, he got them going. I'm like, yeah, he a ladies DJ all day long. He a ladies
100%.
DJ. He a ladies DJ, and those are normally your most successful DJs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. And then you was like, you know, every time I seen you, or I stood next to you, or by you, or even when I got on the mic a couple of times, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, he already got the crowd, like, and I'm looking and you just humble, bro.
Having fun.
Yeah, you definitely be having fun with him, man. If y'all don't know, y'all gotta check MH to the man.
Nah, this ain't about
real
me.
Big facts. Like, you gotta check them out. If you ain't been, you need to go jump off the Dan Ryan face first if you ain't seen them DJ.
I appreciate that, but nah, this is about you today, man.
Man, but hey, I gotta still give you your flowers. Like, bro, I've seen you do some amazing things, and then we ended up talking about your board. Like, I ain't ready to give up my reign, but that 808 is looking real nice. Look, we may have to put that in our arsenal. He got a good board.
Yeah.
He got the 808. He don't make beats, though. It'll like to make beats while
you cannot tell Sluggo that. You see this face, man, because the last conversation we had,
he got a roll.
He was on me about that exact thing.
Yeah, man. You got a good board, bro. And that's only because I caught a video in YouTube University where I was like, oh, that's what they do? May have to look into that. And that's how we had that conversation.
Facts. All right, yeah, I got one more question before we wrap it up. What's the hardest part about it for you?
The hardest part is just getting genuine people to be around you. And I think, coming back to it, that's the hardest part, is getting genuine people to be around you. That's probably the realest for me.
I dig it.
Everything else I can deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can't figure it out when I touch the equipment, I got to read the manual if it ain't in YouTube University. If I'm trying to figure out certain type of music, I can ask fellow DJs. But I think it's just getting genuine people to be around you, bro. Like, this is really Snake World, bro. Like, it's different, bro.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, it is. I know it is, bro. Like I don't know, man. Like, people be talking about stuff that's irrelevant. Sync, no sync, record, controller, no, it don't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We also had beta, you know what I'm saying, cassettes.
Right.
Nah, look at it. We streaming. Ain't a VHS around. Not even DVD players barely, bro. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. I just tossed something out that I ain't even realize I still had.
You should have checked them out before you toss them out, bro.
I did.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? But that's probably the toughest thing, is who's genuine, bro. And sometimes I get called Mr. Friendly, but I got another side to me, but I just suppress that side.
Okay.
It's just trying to get genuine people around me. That's it, bro.
Word.
Yes, sir.
Get the people your social media and where they can find it.
Hey, man, you can catch me on my number one social media is TikTok under DJ Phats. That's DJ PHATS. You can also hit me on IG. That's DJ Phats. Spelt the same way, D, the letter D, J, Phats, with 773 right behind it. The same thing on Facebook. And that's where you catch me. I'm not on Twitch, but I'm on those three, hands down.
Dope. What about the record? Where can they find it?
You can get the record. You can get Juke Shawty. Definitely you want to get it. If you don't want to buy it, it's okay. I made it even simpler.
Buy it too.
Yeah, you can buy it. $149 ain't gonna hurt nothing at all. It's cheaper than gas prices. But you can definitely add it on. It's on Tidal. It's on Spotify, SoundCloud. You're not gonna be able to download it, but it's there. YouTube is there. Juke Shawty, and look for the remixes to be coming the same way. It's on Juno, and we just going, man. We going. It's at Beatport, Track Source. I wanted to put my records where dance music is priority.
Thanks.
So that's where you can find it, man. And there's more coming. And after this remix project, it's some more stuff. Like, I've been stacking stuff because my brothers be talking about I'll be making beats, so now I'll be ready. You know what I'm saying? I'll be ready. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see more of me.
Let's
Real
go.
talk.
DJ Phats, EastSide Certified. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
EastSide Certified.
Are you in tune with EastSide Certified? If not, you need to be. EastSide Certified is a platform dedicated to underground and exclusive content. Check out EastSideCertified.com for exclusive mixes, interviews, videos, and just added EastSide Certified Radio. That's right, we play some of the dopest underground music in the world. Be sure to stop by the shop and copy some EastSide Certified merch. EastSideCertified.com. Get in tune.
You're tuned in.
EastSide Certified.
Yo, it's the Pride of the Eastside DJ MH to the week live right now. We got Joel Q in the booth. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Yeah, this feel good, Hey.
This is EastSide
This is for my
Certified.
niggas on a mission, trying to show them something different. Can't explain how you the greatest, you just know you what they missing. Every day you clocking in, hoping this don't be your last. Got your savings on the line, hoping this don't blow your stash. Hoping this is no mistake, cause it's easy to escape all that work that you put in and do some shit that's more secure. Lady tripping about them bills cause they overdue. You already goated, how you moving through it's over you, but you don't even know you was made for that. This where niggas turn the greatest at. School of hard knocks you was training at. Be the first millionaire you was claiming that. And you right there, gotta keep digging till you find gold mask in these lines, soul ties in my slabs, never will we go blind to the bullshit that they threw us. Crazy how we outgrew them, crazy how we outblew them, they the line and outdrew them. I just wanna stay real to the people that's been loyal. You never stop, I say that till I'm under soil. You before I go, I let you know. Never stop, nigga. Straight up though. Shout out EastSide Certified, man. DJ MH to the
Man, we appreciate everybody who tuned in today. I'm the Pride of the Eastside DJ MH to the Joel Q is definitely here. We salute all y'all, man. Y'all be safe, y'all be blessed. We out.
show love.
It's Twitter!
Yeah, I think that's the one.